That's a shapeshifter. Story time. Growing up in Haiti, or anyone who has Haitian parents can tell you that there is such a thing as shapeshifters, lugauts in Haiti. And that is the reason why they also tell you whenever you hear a cat sounding like that outside your house at a certain time at night, you should not go outside to go see what's wrong with the cat, because usually it's not a cat and you will not live to see or tell the story of what you witnessed. So I remember one time we were all in the house. It was late, very, very late. Usually we'll stay up even though we cannot be outside at a certain time. If you go to Haiti, you should always listen to the locals when they tell you do not go at a certain area to a certain area, or at a certain time go outside, because trust me, you won't make it back in the house. And I'm not even over exaggerating. But anyway, so we were all in the house. We were young, but there was a bunch of grown-ups in the house also. Everybody's sleeping, and we were all waking up by this big boom that was on top of the house. And in Haitian houses in Haiti, they actually don't have like real like roof like we'd have here, but they have like metals. So any little thing you can hear it. Even if the rain, we usually are able to fall asleep with the rain sound because it's just so loud and it's so soothing and all that stuff. But when the nightmare starts, trust me, you will hear every single thing. So we're sleeping and we're all waking up at this boom. Even the children, you know how children can sleep real well, right? They sleep through everything. We all were waking up, but the grown-ups already know because they're so used to it. And also we know a well-known lugau in the town that everybody can respect, because we know how powerful she is, and a lot of people have been taken out by her, but they can never prove that it was her until one day. So anyways, we're all sleeping and we're waking up by the sound, and we just hear footsteps on top of the house, just walking as if like it's like, you know, grains falling in the house, but it's like real loud footsteps, just walking, and all the adults just start praying, and the children were just scared because we're so used to hearing stories about that happening, and eventually it happened to us. So we're like scared, and the adults are praying, even though like voodoo is a religion in Haiti, they still pray. A lot of people pray but still practice voodoo, because that's really our religion. Just like the Catholic people, they also practice voodoo, but also they tell you that it's bad. Anyways, so they're praying. The children are trying to figure out what's going on, while the baby, my aunt had a baby that was just a few weeks old, not even a month, a few weeks old. The baby just kept crying non-stop, and they usually, whenever they come in on top of your house, they're coming for the baby, not children who are a certain age. They're coming for the innocent, right? So the baby's crying, the people are praying, so there's a lot going on, and the noise on top and everything. All of a sudden the noise stopped, but we hear a cat right by the door, literally right at the door, right? This cat just sounded like a baby. It's literally almost matching the sound of the baby that's crying. The cat sounded like a baby, scratching at the door, making noises, scratching at the door, making noises. And that's when the prayers started getting louder and louder. And eventually the children fell asleep because the cat just kept going. I fell asleep because I was young at the time. Then eventually we heard the story the next day, but then what really made us believe it is what we saw the next day, what we experienced the next day. So we fell asleep. The adults, I guess, continue to do whatever they're doing. The next day we wake up to the horror of everything. The baby that was crying was basically covered in ants, covered head to toe. Baby gone, passed. Don't know why, don't know how, but the baby's gone. What happened last night happened. Next morning, wake up, baby's gone. And that was the first child that my aunt lost. And then finally after that, she just kept losing children up until 7 kids. She lost 7 kids until she actually stopped having kids. Every time one passed, she has another one. Every time one passed, I'm like, as someone who has common sense, you would think, okay, I would stop after maybe the 3rd or 4th one. Well, she just kept having children. Eventually, she decided, okay, well, I'm not going to have any more kids if I'm going to keep losing them. But when she had her first son, which is the oldest child, that child survived because she didn't live in the house. She didn't live in that town when she had that child. So that child survived. But eventually, she lost her life to the same thing. And also, I lost my godmom to the same thing. I have a story for that. Also, my older sister who lives right now in the United States, we almost lost her to a neighbor who was practicing brujeria, voodoo. Very good person, good people, but it was a mistake that happened, and we were able to figure it all out. If you guys want to hear about that story, I will tell you. But my mom even sent money for us to buy like coffin for her, preparing for her funeral and everything. Now she's a nurse. Anyway, guys, bye.
I told my mom that you guys wanted to hear stories about witches, and she left me 2 voice messages, and I listened to them today. It's not funny, but y'all listen to this. I'm gonna play it in Creole just a little bit, and then I'm gonna translate it for you guys in English. By the way, y'all, I'm making these cute little skull earrings. She said that back in the day, when they used to go to church, there was this witch. One morning, they came to church on Sunday, and the pastor, and they're a really good, genuine pastor with real serious power in Haiti. I can't speak for anywhere else, but I know in Haiti, they be some real godly people. So the pastor goes, I know that there are some people who come to church that are witches. On Saturday, y'all fly and y'all go do all of these evil acts, and then on Sunday, y'all come to church trying to pretend like y'all righteous, like y'all good people. But I know exactly what you are, and I can see through you, and I'm warning you right now, when it comes time to receive communion, if you come in and you get communion, I promise you that it will be stuck in your throat. I know how it is, right? People just be like, they bluffing, they kidding, ain't no way. Ain't no way. You know, the time comes, it's time to get up to receive communion. Why this lady know that she's a witch, a lugau, and she really walked up and got communion? Bro, sure enough, just like the pastor said, the fucking thing got stuck in her throat and she couldn't talk anymore. She literally became mute. So then her daughter comes back. And remember, witches, most of the time, they will have children. Her daughter comes with her, and her daughter says to the pastor, like, can you please undo whatever it is that you did to my mother? She has been mute. She can't talk ever since she went up to get communion. She's not able to verbally communicate. The pastor just looked at her and said, you knew what you were, and I gave you a fair warning. I told you that if you come up and receive communion, what was going to happen to you, and you didn't need my warning. What is done, and it cannot be undone. Now deceased, this woman spent the rest of her life mute.
What's a scary story that a family member told you that still stuck with you? Every Haitian got a scary story told by a family member. Mine was my mom. She told me once she was heading home with her friends, and some random guy asked them for a ride. They denied him. After a few minutes of driving, they saw the same guy walking out of their car and thanking them for the ride. To me, this story wasn't really that scary. It was more like creepy.
Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. If you are a fan of scary true stories, then I'm your guy. What you are seeing on your screen is a man with a horn sticking out of his head. And he is real. Comment what you think about it and let me know your take on this. Share this video with someone, and for more of these videos, show some support to this channel by subscribing.